Today, we'll preview Far Cry 3 multiplayer and check out some amazing mobile games that you need to play.
Plus, your first look at Mario Tennis Open and 5 games that'll help you game green. X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Morgan Webb. Happy 51st birthday, Bay of Pigs invasion.
Oh, there's nothing like the warm embrace of success.
I know.
Coming up on today's show, we've got a brutally honest review of Blades of Time. Sadly, it's not a time-traveling follow-up to Blades of Steel. Then embrace Earth Week with 5 games that are fun to play and not boring information dumps.
Plus, we'll run down the life-changing, earth-shattering gameplay changes coming to NCAA Football 13. Okay, maybe that was a little bit excessive.
A bit.
Yeah. And later, we'll take a look at the Boston Indie Showcase. They are a group of great mobile games that you've probably never heard of until now.
But first, it's time to kill people online.
Hooray! We've seen plenty of Far Cry 3 single-player campaign thanks to a well-orchestrated PR campaign.
Now we're at the part where it's been decided that we get to learn what's in store for multiplayer. God, I love things that are regimented. Bay of Pigs Invasion. Here's a preview.
The upcoming Far Cry 3 is packed with the series' patented brand of tropical mayhem, but Ubisoft also wants fans to take notice of the game's all-new multiplayer modes.
We know a little bit about it. Obviously, we showed some of it at the Ubisoft press conference last year at E3. We covered that. Here, though, at PAX East, it's all about the multiplayer. You got a ton of people waiting in line to play multiplayer. What are people experiencing right now? They wait in line. What are they getting their hands on when they sit down?
When they sit down, they get to experience basically the multiplayer playing out on the Far Cry island with all the colors and everything that we're bringing back from Far Cry 1. But they're also experiencing this extremely tight and fast, action-packed gameplay.
You better be right about this.
Multiplayer in Far Cry 3 gives new meaning to the phrase safety in numbers.
We're really focusing on for the multiplayer is the team play interaction and how we reward that team play interaction. So by executing these specific features that we created, like Battle Cry, for example, that's like a rallying shout that you boost your teammates.
So it sounds to me, I mean, as far as like kind of the team cry, the rallying cry, it's almost like it sounds like a buff. So you're pulling some elements from MMOs and things like that and applying them to these first-person shooter multiplayer.
Exactly. We wanted to encourage like the pack behavior. So basically, like you're running in a group and you're buffing each other as you run. And it's like you might capture a node together, and 2 or 3 of your buddies might go down. But everyone can revive everyone. So after you capture a node, everyone just revives everyone, and you're still together in this group, and you keep buffing each other and just keep pushing on like a pack.
That is crazy.
My last thing for you, you guys have put years into this. What do you think people are going to be talking about the most when it comes to Far Cry 3 multiplayer?
I think we got some really like wow moments going on with exactly like the sight gas. Because it really does mess with your head, because you don't know who is your friend and who's your foe. And we've had some really fun moments with it. Basically meaning like it drops down, you just start hearing these crazy whispers in your ears, you don't know who's your friend, think they're on the same team. So they kind of stick together, like, oh, he didn't shoot me, and I didn't shoot him, we must be buddies. And then they run together, and then when the sight gas wears off, they realize, oh, you're a pirate, I'm a rebel. We're supposed to kill each other, and it often like ends with a machete in the throat, and it's just awesome.
That sold me on the experience right there, my friend.
Cool.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
X-Blades was a horrible game, well deserving of the golden mullet we gave it in 2009. So needless to say, we are thrilled at the thought of having to play a spiritual successor to that gratuitous pandering disaster. I mean, it can't get much worse, right? Here's our review of Blades of Time. In February 2009, Gaijin Entertainment attempted to get all Ginsu on us with the hack-and-slash disaster X-Blades. In case you forgot, we hated it. Now they're trying to redeem themselves with the follow-up Blades of Time. Unfortunately, it is a waste of time.
I've no idea where to start.
The scantily clad Ayumi from X-Blades is back, but for some reason she's transformed from a thong-wearing warrior into a Lara Croft wannabe. And the transformation is complete with an annoying British accent.
Wow, that magic is driving me crazy.
Ugh. And Ayumi has a lot to say in this game, and you can't mute her. Trust me, I tried.
I hope this path won't lead me to the center of the world.
Unfortunately, the game's story is just as forgettable as Ayumi's vapid dialogue.
What's going on? Have I stumbled into something again?
What's left is a unique time-bending gameplay element. Now, stay with me here. The key to victory is to rewind time a few minutes and help yourself. But after a while, playing with yourself quickly loses its luster. The challenge eventually feels like cheating since you already know how each battle is going to play out. Fighting alongside your clone does come in handy though, when two bodies are needed to activate a door or to get through a particularly difficult section. What Blades of Time does have going for it is a sleek combat system, which combines sword swinging for up-close hacking and guns for ranged destruction. Successive combos build up the rage meter and allow you to unleash elemental spells in a thunderous crash upon your enemies. But just when you find something good to say about this game, control issues become apparent and add to the game's overall frustration.
I'd have thought that I was in hell right now.
Tapping left on the D-pad to heal only works when you're not being attacked. The sliding dodge maneuver also takes a little too long to recover from.
Maybe I am in hell.
Blades of Time does everything it can to turn players off with its annoying main character, corny script,
It's not really surprising.
and technical issues. On the surface, it's a passable hack and slash game, but dig a little deeper and you'll realize this game just isn't worth your time.
It's unbearable.
And that's why we gave Blades of Time 2.5 stars
That's stupid though.
out of 5.
From a 1 to a 2.5, that's progress. I want everyone to cease burning tires and dumping toxic waste into the ocean because it's Earth Week. Now, I could stand up here and lecture you with a bunch of facts and figures about problems that need to be addressed, but then you'd be watching current TV, and no one watches current TV. We want to introduce you to 5 great games that are fun to play and will teach you a thing or two about this planet. As gamers, we have an innate tendency towards safeguarding virtual worlds, what with constantly saving them and all. Here are 5 games that may help us start thinking about the real world in similar terms. Third World Farmer is a strategy farming game that highlights the difficulties of, well, farming in a third world country. You can pick and choose crops to plant, as well as expand and upgrade the farm. The game ends when all your family members either leave the farm or die, so think hard about the consequences before buying that elephant. Greed Core is a turn-based strategy game with a charming visual style and a cool twist. One of 4 factions in battle for control of a field of hexes. Placing harvesters on spaces you control will earn you income, but harvesters decay the land they're on until eventually the hex collapses. You have to balance your need for cash and production of battlefield units against the cost of losing territory. Fate of the World Tipping Point simulates the potential effects of global climate change over the next 2 centuries. Your job is to enact policy, diplomacy, and help solve problems caused by natural disasters and irresponsible pollution. And it is not easy. There are literally hundreds of things that can go wrong. Since Fate of the World is heavily based on the research of a real-life Oxford professor, it may be the most realistic, and thus the scariest, game on this list. Garbage Dreams cast you as one of the Zabaleen, residents of Cairo, Egypt, who survive by sorting through trash and recycling over 80% of what they collect. You have 8 months to maximize the eco-friendliness of the city by recycling what you can and feeding the rest to a very hungry goat. It's simple, oddly satisfying, and works as a supplement to the award-winning documentary of the same name. Proving tower defense can have consequences, Super Energy Apocalypse Recycled not only puts you in charge of fending off waves of incoming monsters, you're also on cleanup duty. Battles leave behind pollution, and pollution makes zombies stronger, so you have to maintain a cleanup infrastructure to clear away the trash before it gives the zombies a lethal edge. All right, coming up on X-Play, we've got a gameplay preview of NCAA Football 13 and some great mobile games that were made with some TLC. Plus, Kristen Adams checks out Nintendo's newly announced Mario Tennis Open. We'll be right back.
battle is on. To count down the top 100 video games of all time. Bring it on! Will your favorite make the list? The Top 100 Video Games, a week-long television event, starts June 11th at 8, only on G4.
There ain't no other but the one I love. Won't you come deliver me? That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Everyone has an inner Mustang. Unleash yours. The new 2013 Mustang.
Nobody does what Papa John's does.
You choose. For just $10, get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings. That's Papa John's quality for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza, even specialties. Plus, earn free pizza fast with Papa Rewards when you order at papajohns.com. Get a large pizza with your choice of any 2 toppings for just $10. Or for just $2 more, get any large pizza.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
So I followed her to Hackensack.
Hackensack, or Akin-Kashaki. That's an old Lenape Indian word. It means place of sharp ground. Go on, please.
Do what you do with wheat thins.
You didn't know that?
In new zesty salsa.
That's why I'm here.
See what happens when you refuse to tap? See what happens when you dare to stand? See what happens. See what happens when you make a mistake? See what happens with a single punch. UFC 146. Dos Santos versus Mia for the heavyweight championship of the world. See what happens.
New consoles, new games, and new ways to play. E3 2012 Live starts June 4th at 3.
Connectrode is everything you could ever want in a puzzler for your iOS device. The game's creative design makes it easy to pick up, and its challenging gameplay makes it hard to put down. The goal is to place connector tiles on the board and clear it of different colored chips. Connecting 2 or more chips of the same color clears them. You get connector chips from the top of the screen, so be careful with each move, or your board will quickly become inaccessible by placing tiles in your path, blocking squares. The game features 4 difficulty levels, which helps make the puzzles accessible to basically everyone. So if you're looking for a fun new way to challenge your brain, grab Connectrode for your iPad or iPhone today.
Our legal department says we can't make any Jerry Sandusky jokes in this intro to NCAA Football 13, so you guys are gonna have to invent your own. As for the game, Blair's got all the details in this preview.
College Football Saturday is a tradition like no other. An undefeated season could mean a #1 ranking, while just one loss could keep your favorite school out of the coveted BCS championship game. Lucky for football fans, the folks over at EA Sports are giving you something else to cheer about all season long, with the all-new gameplay in the upcoming NCAA Football 13.
The franchise has been around for a long time. Everybody always asks when you bring out a new one, what's the difference in the gameplay? And that's what you're talking about today.
Well, this year, yeah, we've made a major investment in gameplay. We've doubled the size of our team and made the most changes in the console generation.
So what are we looking to see here?
So we really wanted to emphasize the passing game. This day and age in college football, you see teams throwing it 40, 50, even 60 times in a game. And we wanted to emphasize that in our game. We changed the mechanic and how you're able to throw the ball, giving you the ability to throw the ball into space. So for example, if you want to lead a receiver into an open area on the field and zone coverage, you can now do that by using the L stick. We've also added 25 new different pass trajectories. If you throw a lob to the flat, it's going to be much lower trajectory. The receiver's going to be able to catch it in stride and turn upfield and make a play for you.
Part of the quarterbacking too is the fact that they're throwing to someone and you've changed the catching stuff as well.
We've added a brand new catching system, over 430 new catch animations and counting. We've slowed down the twitchiness and the control, so it makes it a lot more easy to position your player to make a catch.
Blaze it out there.
And I imagine if you're going to change the offense, then you also have to look at changing the defense because teams are reacting differently in real life to this new regime almost.
We added a new read and react defensive AI system. What that means is you're no longer going to see the psychic DBs, where the DBs break on the receiver without seeing the receiver cut, or if they're not going to be able to make a play on the ball unless they actually see the ball. So you're not going to have the frustrations anymore, throwing to a guy you think is open and all of a sudden a DB magically warps around and makes a play on the ball.
And when can people expect to see this in the game in stores?
July 10th.
July 10th, man. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Right.
Really appreciate it. And thank you for the great work. The game sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're fired up.
Stick around. There's still indie games and more on the way. After the break, we've got the mobile titles that won the crowd at PAX East, and Chris and Adams previews Mario Tennis Open for the Nintendo 3DS. We'll be right back.
With its 180 horsepower and its 6-speed transmission, the Scion TC is made to own the streets. With a 5-star overall safety rating and Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan, the Scion TC is made to handle the streets.
The next time you fake wearing your seatbelt, remember this. Cops have been trained to spot seatbelt violations even at night. And they don't give out fake tickets. Day or night, click it or ticket.
New Jolly Rancher Crunch and Chew. Chewy inside with a crunchy candy shell. Untamed fruit flavor. Jolly Rancher Crunch and Chew.
Hello, it is I, your boss. Great news. The video call went very, very well. Asia is on board. Too bad you couldn't participate. Probably you were worried about overages on that limited data plan you use. Perhaps you shouldn't have uploaded so many vacation photos. These shorts are for a younger person, wouldn't you say?
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Hi, Laura here from the Old Wicker Mill, Central New York's most unique boutique department store, inviting you to stop in and see what's new. We're a large store, yet each department is intimately set so you feel like you're walking from one boutique to another, without ever leaving the store. So no matter what time of year it is or what the weather is outside, there's always something new, fun, and exciting happening inside at the Old Wicker Mill, conveniently located at the New Hartford Shopping Center in Route 11 Cicero.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Snow White and the Huntsman. June 1st.
They came back.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. I can go home now.
No, stay. We got a question. We have a question from our viewer, Edwin Rivera, on our Facebook page. He said, if you guys could experience any game again for the very first time, what do you think it would be? We talked about this yesterday in the meeting. I actually play Diablo 2 again once a year. And I guess maybe because my short-term and long-term memory is so limited, it does feel like I'm experiencing it again for the first time. But that game truly, for me, every time I play it, feels like the first time I play it. So good.
I would initially just like to re-experience happiness, but I'll go for games instead. I think it's Super Mario Brothers because I got that Nintendo that had it in it. And it wasn't so much just the game, it was that sudden idea, like, all those things I have to go to the arcade for in my house. And it was this feeling of empowerment that only an 11-year-old can have that was quickly dispensed when my mom said to turn it off and do my homework.
Right. And now empowerment is not to be confused with entitlement that current 11-year-olds do.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly. Very different.
Good
now,
stuff.
If you've got a question for us, just go to facebook.com/xplay and ask away. And if you say something messed up, we've got your real name. Let's send it over to Morgan.
Thanks, guys. Nintendo never released a new Mario Tennis game for the Wii. All we got was a port of the old GameCube game with some unpleasant motion controls. Thankfully, they are rectifying this egregious error with the just announced Mario Tennis Open for the 3DS. Kristen Adams has all the details.
Mario's back, and he's taking his tennis game to the third dimension.
What's up, guys? I'm here to talk a little Mario Tennis Open with PR specialist from Nintendo of America, Krista Yang. How you doing?
Doing great.
Tell me about Mario Tennis Open.
So Mario Tennis Open is a new game launching on May 20th for the Nintendo 3DS. A lot of fun. This one is all about the multiplayer. It's really built around playing with your friends, cooperatively and competitively, both local and online.
Yeah, I had a blast playing it. I love this. Oh, snap! One of the cool features of it is the gyro motion sensor on it.
When you're holding the 3DS down, you actually get a top-down view of the tennis court. And if you move the 3DS up, you actually get a over-the-shoulder view.
Tell me about sort of the mini games within the game.
One of my favorites is Super Mario Tennis, and you're kind of doing this racquetball type gameplay, but on the wall where you're hitting the tennis ball is actually a scrolling level from the original Super Mario Brothers.
It helps you a little bit too. It lights up some moves that you can do to get extra points. Very cool. Thank you so much for talking with us. Bam! Take that.
After the break, great games that are bursting at the seams with creativity. You're going to see everything featured at this year's Boston Indie Challenge. They're cheap, they're fun, and they're coming up right after this short break.
The battle to become the first American Ninja Warrior has just begun.
Pulls himself up! Oh, great technique!
But as the course evolves, the casualties mount. Can anyone conquer the course?
Here's the leap.
American Ninja Warrior, all new Sundays and Tuesdays at 9 on G4.
I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram. I created the first text message. We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone. Any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans, with lots of unbiased advice.
Hershey's Bliss. 1 square inch of incredibly smooth, rich chocolate. 1 square inch of joy. Fun. Indulgence. 1 square inch of bliss. Hershey's Bliss.
If you like video games, you need to be a member of GameFly.
Join GameFly. Choose the games you want online, get them in the mail, and send them back when you're done.
There's no due dates, no late fees.
This is the best way to play all the games you want for a great price.
Go to GameFly.com now. Click the joystick in the top right corner. Enter G4 in the box and get started with a free extended trial. And remember, you can cancel at any time. Product shown rated E through M. Now you can also play PC games as often as you want with our new Unlimited PC Play, free for members.
When I went to get my first new car, my dad said to get a Subaru because they last. He drives a Legacy, but I'm nothing like him. I got the new Impreza. Maybe I should have picked a different color.
The all-new Subaru Impreza. Experience love that lasts.
living the dream.
Cool fort. Can I come up?
Depends. What's the password?
Mattress?
Come on up.
Impressive, sir.
Take a Cheetos break with Cheetos.
Pizza Hut combined awesome taste with big value to bring you the $10 dinner box. Your favorite medium one-topping pan pizza, 5 breadsticks, and 10 cinnamon sticks for $10. Pizza Hut. Make it great.
Unleash the chaos. New Axe Anarchy. For him.
And for her.
Also available in shampoo and shower gel.
Welcome back. Sure, the Penny Arcade Expo is a great place to check out some big games and acquire unstoppable flu strains, but the real fun lies in discovering new games from up-and-coming developers that can't afford giant booths. The best place to look was the Boston Indie Showcase, and here's what was on display.
The mobile games market keeps growing, and some of the best of the bunch were found front and center at the Boston Indie Showcase. Here are 5 standouts that you can pack into your pocket without wrecking your wallet. All right, Ivan, what is Bean's Quest?
The story is your standard, like a wizard came and stole his girlfriend and turned him into a jumping bean.
Of course.
You're constantly jumping, and every level has a minimum jump count, so you got to get to the end in a certain number of jumps in order to get like the golden jump shoe achievement.
All right, Peter, what is the lawnmower challenge outside of the thing that my father dumped on my head every Saturday my entire childhood?
My lawnmower challenge is a pathfinding lock and key puzzle game. The goal of the game is to mow all the grass in as few steps as possible.
All right, Zach, what is Spell Tower?
Spell Tower is a strategic word game. It's kind of a combination of Boggle and Tetris is a good way to think about it. You can spell out a word like Boggle style, and when you do that, all of the tiles that are above that word fall down, and a new row of tiles is pushed up from the bottom. And if any of the tiles ever reach the top of the screen, you'll lose.
Sounds really, really cool. All right, please, sir, explain to me what this super awesome old school throwback is behind us here.
This is Super Crate Box. You get points for collecting crates, and every time you grab a crate, you get a new weapon and a point. And you have to adapt and figure out moments to grab crates or kill enemies or not kill enemies or run. It released in 2010, and it won like a whole lot of awards. PC and Mac, it's free, so you can download it from supercratebox.com. On iOS, it's $2, so you can just pick it up from the App Store.
All right, Zaiba, I have to tell you right off the bat, you definitely win for best signage of the entire event. Girls Like Robots, adventure, romance, and seating arrangements, which are 3 of my favorite things. How did you combine them all into one game?
Everybody is a playing piece. All the faces, all the tiles, they all have emotions and feelings about each other, and your job is to arrange for optimal happiness.
And how do you arrange that happiness?
So we teach you a few simple rules. Girls like robots, of course, robots like girls. Then I bring in nerds. It gets a little complicated. The nerds like the girls don't like the nerds. We've got it running on like everything imaginable here. It's just a matter of where it makes sense to put it out.
Well, when can people expect to get their hands on it?
We're shooting for the end of the summer.
All right, hurry up, man.
Tomorrow on X-Play, Nintendo fans demanded it. Now find out if it was worth the wait. We've got a brutally honest review of the hardcore role-playing game Xenoblade Chronicles. Plus, you don't want to miss our preview of the violent gangster saga Sleeping Dogs. Then we'll go hands-on with Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, a standalone expansion for the space strategy epic. And in Collector's Edition, find out if you really need to spend $450 on the limited edition Connect Star Wars Xbox 360 bundle.
Plus, FaceTime with D&D authority, R.A. Salvatore.
He's a little bit of an authority, I would say.
I would say that he would know a thing or two about the dungeons and the dragons. We also had the review of what many people think it could be one of the best JRPGs out there, and believe it or not, it's for the Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles.
I know, I keep hearing about this, but then I have to go find my Wii. Is that bad? That I don't exactly know where it is?
It's just that, why couldn't we have had this a few years ago? Well, a lot of people wanted it, and now you do have it. We'll let you know.
Thanks for watching X-Play.